All right, Kyle Mohan Racing, standing here in the shop, and it's time to do a little bit of a technical talk. We're continuing the series, and tonight we're talking about what clutch I run in my 1,000 horsepower Formula Drift RX8. I'll also talk about some of the clutches I've ran in the past, some of my experience and recommendations. So just starting it off, I've been running Exedy in my Formula Drift race cars for many years now, probably close to 14 or 15. And as the horsepower has grown, we've gone from single plate to twin disc to triple disc. It was a gradual evolution as horsepower increased. As we got above 800 horsepower, 1,000 plus, we ended up having to run triple disc combinations. If we go back a few years, we were still running a triple disc carbon setup, and that's actually what I have right here. And that was what we ran in the MX-5 and our previous RX-8. I really enjoyed the fact that it was lightweight, both the flywheel and the clutch discs themselves, exceptionally light. And the way they wear and engage, it wasn't as aggressive on the components in the driveline of a Formula Drift car. Now, two things happened. Over the past few years, Formula Drift cars have gone up in horsepower and they've gone up in robustness and strength. So the drive shafts, differentials, and other components have simply gotten stronger. And you can't really get this line of carbon clutches anymore. I don't know, maybe I used them all up or something. They actually lasted great. I loved them, but unfortunately they were not available when we put this new RX8 together. So, although they were a favorite, we ended up switching to more of one of their available US spec off-the-shelf Hyper MultiSeries clutches, and you can get these in single, I think, twin, or triple. I might be wrong on that, but I know they're available in twins and triples. And after a couple years of running them now, I actually like these more. Mainly because when you kick the clutch in a Formula Drift car, you have a lot of tire traction and a lot of weight you're up against. And with one of these triple disc multi-series clutches, you can see it's not a carbon, it's a metallic. The engagement is very quick and precise. And when you really get down to competition drifting, it's important to be quick and precise. They're also SFI certed, big important thing when it comes to racing. And this particular setup is a little heavier than the carbon setup we were running before. But like I said, the weights of Formula Drift cars, the horsepower, everything's gone up. So similar to a drag race car using flywheel weight to launch off the line, drift cars can use flywheel weight to help with clutch kicks and off the line launching. However, it's always really important in drifting to not exceed in either direction. You really don't want a clutch that's super light in drifting or a clutch that's super heavy in drifting. I've found that the aggressive, lightweight street or race packages that are already available off the shelf from Exedy have worked really well in both my cars and customer cars. Another great thing about Exedy is they are an OEM parts supplier for a lot of manufacturers, so you know you're getting really good quality stuff. My relationship's been great with them. The products have been fantastic. And I wish I could say that I had a used clutch out of this car to show everybody right now how the wear looks. But the truth is, last year's clutch is still in that car because it's still working fantastic. And we're going to hit the dyno soon and do some testing. And we figured there's no reason to burn up a new clutch when we've got one that went last season and still is working fine. And I think that brings up an interesting point. You know, for many years, I think the general consensus was that drifting was really aggressive on clutches. And it seems like as the sport's evolved, for multiple years now, we've been able as a team to run one clutch for the full season. I think it's a combination of Exedy creating great components and a combination of drift cars and drift driving evolution, as where we're not burning nearly as much clutch, we're getting clean engagement, and we are just burning tire and making horsepower. So I hope everybody enjoyed this little KMR Tech Talk. It's not TikTok, it's a technical talk. Ask those questions. Somebody was asking about clutches, so there you have it. My street car runs an Exedy single disc. My track car runs an Exedy double disc, and both of my drift cars run Exedy triple discs. It's really a matter of horsepower and torque to clutch combination. Have fun, race, follow Kyle Mohan Racing, and ask those rotary questions. Brap, brap.